Ahí está, pues gracias por siempre estar atento de nosotros del broadcast del show de los Sabadrines. De verdad que muy contentos. Y el día de hoy, I have somebody here with me on the broadcast of el show de los Sabadrines that we feel so excited because I know it's so hard to get everybody out here to interview them. And I want to thank you, Chris, for coming out. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here with you.
Thank you,
nice
thank you.
So thank you for having me.
I know that you barely had a little fight, and
Yeah.
all this, but before we go to that, I want you to tell the people what got your attention, or how did you start in this kind of sport, because it's not something easy. Now we don't use gloves.
Yeah.
Now it's like with your hands, I guess, with nothing on them, you start fighting. Tell us a little bit about how you got into this kind of sport.
Yeah. So my goddad, my Nino, he introduced it to me when I was very young, maybe like 6, 7 years old. He brought me to a gym after school one day,
Okay.
and he said, this is what I like to do. I think maybe you'll like it. And then since the first day, I got hooked right away. I started going every single day, and then the rest is history. Started training from there. He told my mom originally that it was just wrestling, but it was actually MMA, where I'm throwing punches and kicks and stuff. So for a while, she thought I was just wrestling. And then eventually she found out, and yeah, I just got hooked from the first day. Just started training, and then just fell in love with it.
So I want to rewind the tape back. How was Chris when he was in school? Were you one of those guys that don't look at me because I'm gonna punch in your face?
No. I feel like a lot of people always knew me as the fighter in school, so no one really messed with me. I was always a nice kid too. I had my same little friend group that I always hung out with.
Sorry to interrupt you. So we could say that basically, if they'll tell you something that will bother you, there we go. Chris is gonna knock you out.
To be honest, I've never been in a street fight. Never been in a street
fight.
Never even been in any kind of argument or anything.
Okay.
I always kept my cool. Yeah, no one really messed with me too much.
But when it comes to defend yourself,
if I had to, 100%.
Wow. Yeah. Because basically, I as I told you off the air, you have that mean face that, hey, don't look at me because I'm gonna punch out.
Yeah.
But basically, you were not a street fighter.
No, very calm, very nice. I feel like a lot of the time, people think of fighters as someone like, if you look at me wrong, I'm gonna beat your ass or something. But a lot of the time, we get our aggression out in the gym. We hit the bags, we hit mitts, and we work out. So we're all calm outside of the gym.
So the first time you go into the gym, what is crossing through Chris' mind at the moment that you see everything, how it goes, how is it going? You see that they're giving their punches out, but with no gloves. What is going through Chris' mind at the moment?
It's fascinating because you're learning how to defend yourself against someone who's trying to attack you. You're learning how to take them down, punch them, and it's cool. I never did any other sports as a kid. I never did football. I never did baseball, basketball, nothing. My mom always said that I always told her no. She always asked me if I wanted to do baseball or something, and I always said no. I just want to train MMA. So. Yeah, it was just, like I said, hooked right away. I liked the training behind it. I enjoyed competing, and yeah.
You were not, Chris wasn't scared to say, oh man, probably I'm gonna get hurt and I'm gonna start crying or all those things through your mind, Chris?
Yeah, when I first started competing, I was always so scared, so nervous, saying oh, my stomach hurts, I'm gonna throw up before I'm gonna compete, because it's scary going to fight someone else who's also been training when your mom's watching, your friends and family are watching. It's very scary. So I used to get very nervous, but I feel like those are good nerves. It's almost like doing something that you don't want to do. It helps you overcome something. It's like, man, I really don't want to do this, but I'm gonna conquer my fears.
So the first time you go to the to your first fight, what did you say at that moment? This is my opportunity. I could take my anger, or what did you say?
I think
when it was your first day.
It's putting all your hard work into one thing. Okay. Saying I've been training since I was a kid. I put in all the work, all the dedication, and it's just my moment to shine. It's a lot of work led up to this. So instead of stressing about it, let's just go have fun. Let's enjoy it. And let's because these moments, you train 3 months, 4 months for one fight, and it lasts however long. So you just have to enjoy it and be in the moment, appreciate everyone who's supporting you, and yeah, it's a good time.
So Chris, every 3 months you're fighting,
It
or
depends.
it's every 3 months that you're here getting ready. If any moment your coach tells you, hey Chris, you know what, you're having a fight on April, and you're
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Ideally, I like 2 months to prepare. So before a
Oh.
fight, yeah. So, but I hadn't fought since last August, which was 8 9 months because I hurt my knee.
Okay.
I was injured. I had a bunch of little different injuries, and I healed up good. And then I started training really hard again right after the new year, and then I had my fight this past weekend in March. So it's been like good 2 3 months of hard work just to prepare for this one fight.
So how did you prepare? How do you prepare yourself when it comes to a fight? Is 3 months before, 2 months before?
Yeah. So like unlike boxing, they only use their hands.
Yeah.
When I'm in MMA, I have to use my kicks, my knees. I have to learn to take down, and I have to learn jujitsu. So I'm practicing all these different disciplines, going to 3 different gyms a week, and then on top of that, I have to do weightlifting. I have to run. I have to not only that, I have to eat very healthy. I have to sleep good, and I have to recover well. Just a lot of different things that have to go into one every single day just to get through the week.
So what is the MMA? Basically, this is the only thing you're doing, or you have a job besides the MMA.
Yeah, so this is pretty much my main focus. I
So
do.
no time to go hang around with your friends. No girls out there.
Yeah.
Because I know there's girls in back of you on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
But basically, how do you do to?
Yeah. Thank God I have a beautiful princess, my girlfriend.
Ah, so you do
Yeah.
have a
I
girlfriend.
have a girlfriend. She keeps
So-
me grounded. She keeps me in the right place, in the right mindset. If I'm ever slacking off, she's like, "Hey, get your ass back to work."
Ooh.
Like, yeah. So
Has there been time, Chris, when you're like, hey, don't talk to me like that?
it's usually every time she says like, "Hey, like I noticed you're slacking off a little bit." I'm kind of like, you know what, you're right. If she said, if it comes to the point where she has to say something, I'm like, you're right. Let me get back focused and stuff. So she helps keep me in check, and yeah, it's.
How do you feel that you have somebody, your girlfriend, that she's with you, in every step that you're taking, she's there with you? How do you feel?
It's the best feeling in the world. I think what I say all the time is like the second I met her, I just felt instantly comfortable with her. So it was like we'd known each other for a long time, even before we met. So we've been dating about like almost a year and a half now, and it's going well. She lives with me, and she caters a lot of things towards me because, like I said, I have to go to sleep some like 8:30 and 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes she wants to stay up, like let's watch a movie or something, but she's like, I know you need to get your good sleep. I know you're tired from training. She gives me the right space and support that I need. So it's just the biggest blessing.
So in other words, we could say that she goes sees you when you're fighting.
Yeah.
Has there been time that that they hurt you or something else? Does she feel you at the moment that she's like, oh my God, they hurt him, you know? Does she feel at
even now, like with my fight just got done, my foot's injured, my hand's injured. She had to like help me get up, get to the ER. I had to take X-rays and stuff. So she's been just the biggest help. Her family's very supportive of me as well. And yeah, so she sees me in the good moments, but also the bad moments too. My last fight before this one, I lost, and I was down on myself. Like I was saying, I worked like 2 3 months for one fight, and when you lose, it's devastating. So she was there for me and supported me, helped me get myself back up, and so yeah, it's a big blessing to have.
What does your mom tell you through all this?
Oh, she's very supportive too.
Yeah.
Very supportive. I can only imagine what it's like to have a kid who fights, and having to watch them like fight against someone else. This guy's trying to like kill me. So like. But she supports me. She's my biggest fan. She's a very hard worker herself. So I think I take a lot of inspiration from that, and I just saw that growing up. So it was just instilled in me to be a hard worker.
Chris, if it would have not been for this kind of sport, the MMA, what would Chris be doing?
That's a good question. I think maybe I love food. I love food. I took 3 years of cooking in school, and I think maybe something to do with like food, cooking, maybe being a chef, something to do with like maybe a nutrition coach or something like that, something along those lines. But I just love food. I love traveling and trying different cultures' foods. Even the bad food, it makes you appreciate the good food too. So like I love any kind of food. So maybe something to do with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Plus that you're really young, I know. Have there been times where you just want to throw the towel and you're like, no more?
All the time, all the time, because like I've been doing this since I was 6, 7 years old, so all the training, all the eating healthy, the recovery, it gets to be a lot sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, like this is just too much. It's I don't know if I really want to do this, and then I get to the fight and I win. And I'm like, okay, you know what, I do want to do this. This is the best in the world.
So you have it to the to side where you see yourself that you won. You're like, okay, let me keep going. And when you lose, it's like, oh wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's like a little turn off there, right?
Exactly, but it's just about picking yourself back up. You're telling me about this. It's just about keep going, picking yourself back up, and just staying on the track and trusting the process.
So through all this, Chris, what keeps you going?
I just want to be the best. There's something inside of me that just I want to be remembered as one of the best to ever do it. I want to support my family the way they've supported me. So I want to give them a life that they can't even imagine. I want to financially support them, buy them all houses, buy them all cars, and I want the respect from the MMA community to be known as one of the best to ever do it. So I'd say that's what keeps me going. That's what wakes me up in the mornings, and yeah, I'd say that.
What do you think that Chris needs to catch this gold out there? What do you think you need?
I think I just need to stay consistent. Sometimes I fall off and I start eating bad, and then maybe I start like drinking a little bit too much. But if I stay consistent and I keep my head down, keep working, of course every once in a while I'm gonna treat myself if I want a good meal or something.
Yeah, the burrito.
Exactly. But
your little bag of hot Cheetos. You want to do your escape.
Exactly, but it's all about balance, So once you get that out of your system, just keep your head down, keep working, and then I've gotten myself to this point now, so just trusting myself, trusting my instincts, and trusting the people around me who my coaches, my family, who have my best interest at heart, and I think the sky's the limit if I just stay the course.
So tell us a little bit more, Chris. How many wins you have and how many losses you have?
Yeah, so I currently am 6 wins and 2 losses. My 2 losses have been both title fights.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've only lost to the best so far, and these are both very close fights. They went to the judges, and the judges gave it to the other guy. And
so we could say they probably stole your fight?
They were I feel like the rightful person won.
Okay.
But the good thing about the losses is they kind of kick you in the ass to make you be like, okay, I was doing this wrong, I was doing that wrong, and I need to focus on the right things, So I'm very grateful for the losses that I've had because they've made me a better, not only fighter, but also a better person outside of fighting.
Sorry to interrupt you. Do you get mad when you lose?
I'd say not mad, but maybe sad, because a lot of work, like I said, goes into each one of these fights, and when you lose, it's devastating. It's devastating, especially when your family's watching. My mom's watching in the crowd, my girlfriend. So, yeah, I'd say sad, but you just gotta pick yourself back up, get back on the horse, and get back to work, and try to get back in the win column.
So tell me a little bit. What does it feel to get a belt? Because I see one of your pictures, one of them that I have here. You get your belt. What does it feel when you got your first belt?
Yeah.
What do you felt at that moment?
So ever since I was a kid, I always dreamed about getting a belt.
Wow.
That's like the end goal for fighters is to win a championship belt.
Yeah.
So it's just it's almost like me like saying to my younger self, like, you did it. Like baby Christian, I'm like, you did it, And I always used to ask my mom every Christmas. I wanted her to buy me like one of the fake belts so I could wear around the house and pretend like I was a champion. And I never got it. But I think the reason I never got it was because one day I was gonna actually win my own. yeah, so to actually win it, it's the best feeling in the world. I'm enjoying it.
So, how many belts do you have, Chris?
This is my first one.
Your
I
first
just won
one.
this Saturday. I just won my first belt.
And there's more coming.
Many more coming.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm the champion
So,
now.
what do you do with your belts? You hang them up in your room?
Yeah.
Or you have like a favorite spot that you have in the living room, and everybody walks in, it's like, wow, who's this belt from? Or,
Yeah.
or who's the owner? Oh, it's Chris. Well, where do you have your
Yeah,
your
that's
belt?
a good idea. I might need to do that, but right now I have it just in my room. I have it on the stand by the TV, just so
Okay.
when I wake up, I automatically see it. I'm like, all right, that's why I work every day, you know.
That motivates you. See, when you wake up, the first thing you see, your belt.
Yep.
That motivates you.
100%.
Wow.
That's what gets me up in the morning. That's what I've been chasing for so long, and that's what I'm gonna be chasing in the future now, is to get more. Just rack them up.
You
know,
will get more, bro.
Eventually, I just want like a stack of belts, you
Yeah.
know, 10, 20 belts to look back at one day, you know.
So tell us a little bit more. At what time do you work out? Is it from Monday through Friday? Is it Monday through Saturday? What are the days that you gotta get up and start working?
Yeah, so it's usually Monday through Saturday, and then I
Okay.
take Sunday off. It's like sometimes twice a day, sometimes once a day. It just depends on how my body's feeling. A lot of the times my body's like very, very sore, and I'm like, okay, I need to take a day off so that I can train hard the rest of the week. So depending on how I'm feeling, it's usually two training sessions a day. Maybe like a run, and then I like to, my girlfriend's a good masseuse. She gives me good massages. So
Wow, lucky Chris.
yeah.
Just tell me, where did you find this girl? Because hey, I need one, and now that you're telling me, but how do you feel that she's included in that too? That she sees you, that you need a good massage. She tells you, hey Chris, come on, I'm gonna do your massage so you can feel good and wake up the next day and you can start doing your stuff.
Sometimes I even feel bad. I'm like, oh, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. And she's like, no, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm giving you a massage, you know. So it's, I couldn't have found a better person to be on the journey with me. So yeah, I got very lucky.
So in what weight did you fight?
I fight at 145.
145.
145.
Is it hard for you to maintain your 145?
Yeah, absolutely. I just a lot of diet, and then I dropped maybe 10 pounds the week of the fight just to make the weight, and then by the time I fight, I'm back up to maybe 10 pounds heavier. So it's a lot of work. That's the hardest part, I think, for me, is the diet. Because like I was telling you, I like food. I like to eat, my burritos.
So basically, does your girlfriend get with you at the same step to eat what you have to eat?
A little bit, yeah, because...
or there's time where your girl is sitting in front of you and she's eating the spaghetti like, oh Chris, look what I'm eating. Look at what you're eating.
A little bit of both. a little bit of both. When I'm strict on my diet, like I'm not going out to In-N-Out, so like she's not going out to In-N-Out. But every once in a while she's like, I'm really hungry. Could you take me to Chipotle or In-N-Out or something? And I'm like, yeah, of course, I'll take her, and then I'll have to eat my salad on the side while she's eating, burger.
Okay.
But it's good. If if she's happy, then I'm happy too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with all this, Chris, how far do you want to get?
Yeah.
Because I know that we could say you're like more than halfway out there. And
yeah, I would say that my goal is to get to the UFC. My goal is to become a UFC champion, and then just enjoy my reign at the top and get out before, my body falls apart. Because it's a tough sport, so eventually you're going to break down, but I want to get out while I'm on top. So the goal is to get to the UFC, to win a championship, and then, to make sure that my family's set and that they have enough money to do whatever they want to do. And then, I'd say that's my main goal for sure.
Is it hard for you to be complimented every goal that you put yourself, that, let's say, you already did one of your goals, you move it on the side, next goal is coming. Is it hard for you to accomplish each goal that you put yourself, that you're gonna do it and you're gonna get it?
I think I had these goals ever since I was a kid, so I always knew that it's gonna be a long process, but I knew that once I accomplish one goal, the next thing, what's next. It's not like, oh, okay, I accomplished this, so I'm done. It's always what's next, how could I get to the next goal. So I wouldn't say it's too hard for me to stay grounded and focused. I've always kind of had that instilled in me just to stay focused and focus on what's next.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what has it keep you from having your head 100% in your MMA? What have you left on the side to say there's a party coming, I cannot go? What have you been doing? Hopefully I'm trying to tell you the correct questions.
Yeah.
What has it keep you to be 100% focused? What have you left on the side?
Thank God I have a lot of good friends around me to where it's not like if they're going out to a party, they're like, oh, come on, you know, you could, it doesn't matter, you could miss that. So, you know, a lot of the times, you know, they'll invite me like, hey, if you want to come out, we're going, but if not, then no worries, we understand you gotta train, you know, so I would say the main thing that I would have to leave behind is maybe just family time. You know, a lot of the times I have to miss out on birthdays or sometimes I have to miss out on, you know, just hanging out with family because I'm either training or I'm recovering from training or I have to get to sleep early. You know, I've missed some family vacations because of the same reason. So that's the main thing I miss out on. But, you know, that's going to be there when I'm done with the sport, you know, when I can enjoy it with them. And I could take them on vacations and stuff, you know. So, you know, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it.
Now, what do your friends tell you when they see you're doing this kind of sport? There's a respect for you, or they're just scared, or they're scared, or are they just like, hey, be careful because Chris, you know, we gotta respect him, you know.
Yeah.
How do your friends see you now?
I think it's a little bit different dynamic from my family to my friends because my family, they're like nervous for me and they're like want me to be safe, and my friends are like, damn, that's badass, like go kick his ass, you know, and like they're more so like into it instead of my family kind of like a little nervous for me. They're like, go kick his ass, you know, go, like, you know. So all my friends like it. They watch a lot of like UFC as well, so they're all into the sport. So it's kind of cool for them to see me like in the same.
How do you feel in that spot that you have your friends that they're always, hey, go hit him, you know, go kick his ass? How do you feel? How does Chris feel that he has friends that they're always there with him?
It's good, you know, because like I said, that they're big into the sport too, so they know kind of like how the fans react and just they're very supportive of me too. So it's always cool to have them. You know, it's like having my little army with me. Like of course I go into the cage by myself, but I also have a group of people who support me and have my back always. So that's cool to experience.
So tell me, how many people is there in back of you, Chris?
Lots. I feel like I come from a city called Newberry Park. Okay. It's in Ventura County, and I have a lot of support from those people. You know, all of them have my back. I have, you know, my mom tells her friends about it, and then they tell their friends, and then I have, you know, my just so many different like groups of people who have my back and support me for every fight. So I always feel the love whenever I fight. They're always supporting me, even if they're just liking my post or if they're reposting my videos or pictures. You know, that goes a long way for me too. It means a lot.
So was you're going out there to the cage, Chris? What is Chris mind going in?
It changes.
So basically, you're just concentrating that. You're gonna do your job, and
I would say that it changes from fight to fight. Sometimes I'm a little bit more nervous. Sometimes,
why is it that you're nervous? Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. Why is it that you're nervous? You don't feel comfortable, or you don't feel good that you had your 2 months to get ready, and you're out here. There's your date.
I think it's a little bit of the unknown because as much as I prepare and I could work way harder than this guy, you know, we're wearing like sometimes very small gloves and he could close his eyes and throw a punch and he could catch me, you know, if I'm not focused for just 1 second, you know. So it's a little bit of the unknown. Like you never know what's going to happen when you go in there. It's not like planned, like, okay, I'm going to throw a punch and he's going to throw a punch and then I'm going to dodge it. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen, you know. So sometimes that's a little scary. And but most of the time I'm pretty calm going into a fight.
So tell me, you barely had a fight, and I know that you have said it already. You're injured from your leg, but I saw blood out there. What was all this that I got kind of nervous, and I seen you cleaned your blood out, and you were like excited.
Yeah.
Tell me about this, man. That is, what was it? or what happened?
Yeah, so sometimes there's just like a switch that's flipped whenever you get in there. You go into like war mode. So like blood and like all these different things, like you almost enjoy it, and it's like you feel like a savage, like you're wiping the blood all over your face. You're like and you just want to scream, and like
Yeah.
there's so much adrenaline going on. It's like you can't even feel anything. Like you could punch me, I don't feel it. You could kick me, I don't feel it. Like I could kick you and I don't feel it. So it's just like it's a crazy feeling of like almost like being invincible, you know, like and it's hard to explain unless like you've actually ever fought, but it's just a crazy feeling to most people when you see someone like wiping blood on their face, you're like, what is this guy doing? Like it's gross. It's like that's crazy, but like when you're in there, it's like it just feels animalistic or something, or like I don't know. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling.
So tell me a little bit. You guys are in the cage. I had the opportunity to go see another friend. But what is all this wrapping the legs, and not let him get up, not let him move? What is all this? You just gotta have him there, and you won, or how does this work?
Yeah. So the cool thing about MMA is you could there's different styles. Like I could be fighting a guy who likes to throw a lot of kicks. Excuse me. Or I could be fighting a guy who likes to take down. But you have to prepare for all these different styles so that you could win a fight where you're good and where your opponent's not good,
Okay.
So I like to stand up, like throw punches and kicks, but a few fights ago I had to fight a guy who was maybe like he was good at that also, so I had to take him down, so I had to take him down and work where he's not as good, so it just depends. Different styles make different fights, and you just have to be ready for everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So from now, this fight that happened just a little bit of a while ago, we could say there's another fight coming out, or we're just gonna wait for you to get repair from your leg or your knee. When you're ready, there comes the other fight.
Yeah. So my promotion has been talking about maybe a fight in May, but that's pretty soon. As you can see, I'm a little banged up, so I'm just gonna take some time, enjoy the win, enjoy time with my family that I maybe had to miss out on before, and then whenever I'm all healed up, then I could tell the people who I fight for and be like, hey, I'm ready. Let's get a fight maybe in a month or two. So for now, just heal up and then fight hopefully within the next few months.
So not to be nosy, Chris, but are you getting paid for this?
So
I don't want to be a nosy.
Yeah.
You're gonna say, Louis, keep yourself out of that.
No, that's a good question. So right now I'm amateur.
Okay.
So I only get paid based off of tickets that I sell. So let's just say I sell 100 tickets, I get a certain amount. Let's say I sell 50 tickets, I get a certain amount. So right now I have to really push like selling tickets. Sometimes I sell shirts too to make some extra money on the side. And but yeah, once I go professional, that's when the big money starts coming in.
And when is Chris gonna become professional? Soon?
I'd say within the next year. Yeah. Maybe within maybe a year from now I'll be a professional fighter, I would say.
I don't feel so happy for you, bro.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna feel happy, and what could I tell you? I just, wish you the good luck through all this.
Thank
I know
you.
it's hard, to keep focus yourself 100% in what you like, and, plus how you said it, you have your girlfriend, you have your mom, and I know it's hard for you to say, okay, let me just cut one day to be with my girl, with my mom, spend time with them. I know it's hard for you.
Yeah.
But basically, all this, I just wish you the good luck, bro. Wish you the good luck. I know you're gonna be out there, become somebody famous, and but I wish you all the good luck, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Keep going. How I told you off the air. Basically, if you have that bad vibra of people that Chris, you're not gonna do it. You're wasting your time. You're wasting all your energy. Show them the other way that Chris is gonna be able to do it out here.
That's right.
But I wish you all the good luck, bro.
Thank you.
Basically, you should have told me that you were hurt on your leg. I would not make you come all the way out here. But I want to tell you thank you for coming out here, telling us a little bit about your stories. And basically, man, it's something I could say dangerous, through all this kind of sport. But I don't know what else do you want to add to the interview.
Oh yeah, nothing. I just thank you so much for having me. I had a great time here with you, and you're a good guy. So it was nice meeting you. And,
Hey, you have your house. Whenever you want to come back, feel free. Don't feel uncomfortable. Don't feel shy. Oh, I don't want to bug Louis because he's gonna say how much Chris bugs. No, feel part of the family. I already told you off the air. I basically do a lot of interviews with boxing people, with your kind of sport too, and a lot of groups that sing. But you're part of the family. Feel this is your house. You don't gotta feel that. Oh, I don't want to bug Louis because he's gonna say I bug a lot. No, this is your house. Whenever you want to come back, you have your house here.
Thank you. I appreciate you for making me feel welcomed, and I had a great time. Just thank you so much for having me. It was great.
How could they follow you on Instagram? If you have Facebook too?
So it's just my name, Christian_Dighero, and that's Dighero. So follow me there, and you could follow my journey to greatness.
Ahí está. Yo de verdad que muy contento de tener a Chris aquí el día de hoy. I want to thank everybody. I want to be thankful that you came by, and basically I wish you good luck.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Ahí está. Nosotros ahí volvemos.